Before we get started with today's video, I wanted to show a map that one of my patrons, Dion, made. I worked with him, giving him the metadata from my phones, and he was able to take that and overlay it onto Google Maps, showing the exact route we took from Graysonville, Kent Narrows, near Annapolis, to Cape May. I think it's pretty damn cool. Atlantic City there, Matt, with the roller coasters and all that. Off the bow. Port bow.
Oh, isn't that place with like the big dock?
Yeah.
Oh, I've always seen on the movies.
Sail's getting progressively less brown each time I use it.
They're washing it off with the rain help, and a little bit of UV will make some of the, will kill some of the mold and make some of the mold fade. With a good scrub, it's going to actually be perfectly
I didn't buy her to race. I bought her to go a long way with the battery.
And what you keep sailing in my air.
Yeah, we're doing 6-3. 4 or 9 over ground.
And then when you want to bring your games,
3 hours in.
yep. 7.1.
Going down the
momentarily.
hill, yeah.
We're averaging maybe 6.5, but
Not bad for light air.
feels like we're coming off. What's
What's your
You want to
compass?
stay between 80 and 90.
Yeah.
It's a fair bit of a fight to hold it.
You need to steer a little bit actively, but yeah. So long as you keep her between 80 and 90, you're golden.
We're not in a
Just
hurry.
that big New Jersey shape thing over there.
We're not in any hurry anymore.
No.
I've got to start to learn how to do aesthetic filming. Everything I've ever done up till now has been I'm fixing something or building something, so I just take a camera and sit it static. Now you start thinking about how to actually make it look half decent.
Oh, it's just
When
it'll hold course for a bit, then the boat will just. Whoom.
Yeah, it's because the boat is so nimble, you'll be fighting something, and then the fight goes away and the boat just wants to pivot. It's the upside and the downside to a boat like this. Where is it?
The point of this boat is they built a cruising boat out of a racer hull. So she's light and nimble and fast, but she needs to be sailed actively.
Yeah.
It is quite active, yeah.
So it's, I don't know what time it is. I think it's coming up on 5 o'clock on Monday. We're heading up the Atlantic side. You can probably hear them out there having a fantastic chat. Oh, you can even see, hello, there you are. We're under sail and it started getting just a wee bit spicy. And the old saying is, when you start thinking about reefing, it's probably already too late. We got into reefs, but boy, was she spicy. Oh, you're getting those rays there. That's better. Sorry if it's shaky. The boat is very much rocking right now. We got well over 8 knots on the knot meter a couple of times. The hull speed is like 7.3, so it's like, coming down waves. At one point I thought we had a problem because the boom bang where it hooks onto the bottom of the mast, there's like a ring with hook points. It tore off at one point and I thought, well, we're fucked. Well, not really that, but I'm like, okay, we're dropping the sails and going to motor. Turned out it was just the latch let go. Got her back in. She's been good since. Got into 2 reefs right now. Hanging on! We've got Sorry for the salt on the windows, but I mean it's not super heavy, but yeah, that's the Atlantic coast, way off there. You can sort of see it. Shit's all over, yo. I'm just gonna leave them there and hope for the best. Ooh, there's the soap. Okay, so yes, she's properly spicy out there. That's salt on the windows. I went to Windex the inside. I'm like, how did my windows get so dirty? And it was just salt. Anyways, can you zoom? Let me see if I can zoom in and show you. You see it in the distance there? There we go. Nope, focus on that. Focus on. There we go.
Oh yeah, there's been some sargassum in the area.
What's sargassum?
Seaweed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, free-floating seaweed in the middle of the ocean.
Davian and Jess, how's this for my take on your opener?
Going to?
Overground. 9-2 overground.
What do you think our odds are that we're picking up the mooring ball in return?
Low. Came up forward to rig the preventer and stayed for the view. My girl's meant to be. Not sit and sleep.
I think it'll be a good night too.
If we arrive safely, it's a good night. Done about 110, 150 nautical miles, 20 some hours in. Should be on the ball in a couple hours. Saw some whales breaching here. Whoa, there it was! Right behind the red buoy. Oh, I hope I got that on film. There, blowhole.
Oh, there he is. See the whitewash to your left of the blue ball?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's right at.
There he is! Oh man, he stayed above for a while. Yeah. I see him. He's right at the surface. Yep, there's his, he blew. Well, it's okay. There's the blowhole.
We're surrounded by whales. If I turn starboard while we're at those whales.
Yeah. Hold your course and we'll do our best. There's no getting away from there. Oh my God. Come back up, buddy. You can see him. He's right at the surface. Look at that. I hope I'm just looking with my eyes. I'm hoping I get it on camera, but I don't want to miss this. Yep. So we just had a little visitor come inside the boat. Yeah, I'm there, buddy. You want to come up? Come up this way, buddy. I'm trying not to scare him too badly, but... Whoa! There he goes! Bye! Okay, well that issue's resolved. New York City. Matt's tying up the sails. We've got 662, 64 over water, 283 over land. We've got a hell of a head current. But after how lucky we got with sailing up here, I am not complaining, not one bit. Susan pulled a good chunk of the night. She's down sleeping, rightly so. We've got 6.1 nautical miles to our destination, so about 2 more hours unless the currents stop being a deck. You can tell how strong the current is by looking at the wake coming off of the buoy. Oh, there's a bee here. Can't be too far from land. Punch through the current. We're doing 6 knots, 6.1 in the water, and 5 over ground. So we should be there in about 20 minutes. Well, 20 minutes to our next turn. 20-30 minutes. Half an hour we should be on the ball. I can see the mast up ahead. I don't have any video, unfortunately, but where we stopped was to visit Matt at Sunlight Conversions. He's been helping me behind the scenes, answering a lot of my questions and providing suggestions and advice on options for converting Mermaid's Rest to electric. If you happen to be on the eastern seaboard and are thinking about your own conversion, I'll put a link to his contact information in the description below. actually feeling the spray from the helicopter.
Yep.
It's a very surreal experience to be sailing past Ellis Island in my own personal yacht. Granted, she's a 43-year-old lady that needs some work, but I'm sailing past Ellis Island in my own private yacht. What a fucking surreal experience. Finally coming up the Hudson. There's downtown New York City behind us. Absolutely mad traffic, so you'll excuse me for not getting a whole lot of footage. I think Susan and Matt did, but I had to pull this out because tell me that isn't the most adorable little lighthouse you have ever seen. $28.7 since we left meeting up with Matt at Sunshine Conversions. Really, really nice guy. He's been helping me behind the scenes trying to find a motor. He's good people. We're doing 6.5, 6.4 thereabouts over water. 9.2 over land. We have a filling current behind us. Absolutely motoring. Now granted, I'm doing 2300 RPM. Should probably bring that down a little bit. We were gonna stop somewhere along here. I'm running on batteries now, purely batteries. I've been running on these batteries since we left Cape May, and we're at 56%. The inverter's on, obviously. That's how we charge the starter batteries, which means all the house loads are on, and it's slowly charging. So look at the current coming off that. Whoop! I need to get an autopilot. I really need to get an autopilot. We've been hand steering this entire trip. Anyways, oh, come on now. Don't steer into the freighter. So at this point, the battery is going to discharge at the same rate whether we're really moving or not. It doesn't really make a difference. So knowing we have to stop to charge every 2 to 3 days, 2 days to be safe, 3 days if we push it, it kind of makes sense to just keep going. So yeah, we're gonna go for a while. Yes, those would be perfect. Matt bringing me my hurt my mouth treats. So we've got a filling current behind us. We're absolutely rocking it. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful view. Now that we're out of lower New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn area, the traffic on the water is not nearly as insane as it was. I'll tell you a bit of a story. It's kind of a stupid one on my part, but whatever. You live and you learn. So we came out of the CND and we were heading down Delaware Bay, and I was trying to hold pretty tight to the channel because there was a lot of pots and it was middle of the night. And I saw a freighter coming and I thought I could pass starboard to starboard, but he was pushing me, so I went to go port to port, kind of later than I should have. And he radioed, and as soon as he radioed me, I said, yeah, I'm sorry if I cut you off, that was my mistake. And he's like, yeah, you should be staying outside of the channel. And I says, yeah, I know, I'm just trying to avoid the pots. And he goes, well, the pots will hurt you a lot less than this thing will. So I was like, yep, you're right, fair point, thank you very much. What a surreal experience. I suppose I should give an update. The old girl is humming along really well. And no, I'm not keeping her. But if she keeps working this way, I'm going to make sure she goes to a good home, no question. But this messing with the mechanics and stuff, it's... Yeah, I know what I'm doing now. Well, I have a much better idea of what I'm doing now. But it doesn't mean I enjoy it. I am so looking forward to convert this thing to electric. Oh, what a gorgeous day. What an absolutely gorgeous day. We have been so fortunate with the weather. Okay, well, with that, I'm gonna go eat some Hurt My Face chips. Bye! You know you're in a fancy area when your lighthouses look better than most people's actual houses. We're just north of Poughkeepsie, New York, up the Hudson. We've done, on this passage, since we left Matt's, which we stopped at for like 2 hours, 3 hours after doing the Atlantic. And since then we've done another 17 hours and 40 minutes and another 94.2 nautical miles. We've got 4.3 nautical miles and we're doing 4.7 knots, so a little under an hour until we stop for the night, or stop for, well, it's 8:40. It'll be 9:30 by the time we stop, and everything needs a recharge. The boat, because obviously we don't have the altimeter, we're down to I think 33% after 200 and some nautical miles. 300? 250, whatever it was. Just the whole crew needs a rest. So we're gonna stop, we'll refill our water, maybe do a provision run, and just stop and take it in. We're currently 3 days ahead of schedule compared to my original float plan. I had us here on May 20th, it's currently May 17th. We're gonna lose some time waiting for a slot to get the mast unstepped, and then after that, we're gonna be pretty much forced back into daily running because we're only gonna be able to go as long as the locks are running. Anyways, let me show you a little bit more. Kinda hard to beat the queue, isn't it? I know I'm probably repeating myself several times in this video, but holy shit, this is surreal. This is something else. Look at those mountains. We're a good third of the way through the trip. We're getting close to unstepping the mast. Look at this place. Just look at this place. I mean, like, anyone old enough to remember postcards? We're living in a postcard right now. Oh, what a pretty girl. She is doing so well. I have to go and pay the piper and then maybe have a nap and go find a bite to eat. Look at this. Just look at this. Had some donuts. I didn't see any on the store when I got there, and I said, do you have any donuts left? And they says, well, how many do you want? I said 6 for my crew and myself. They're like, all right. And I go and poured the batter right into the oil right there and made them. Order donuts and get them made right there. And, you know, it's nice to see not everything still comes from a factory. I found a nice little town here. The harbor master has an adorable little 8-month-old puppy. Matt and Susan are sleeping. I just woke up, had a dream that I had squirrels on the boat and I was trying to get the squirrels off. It woke me up. So I thought I'd get up. I'm trying not to sleep too much so I can get back to a normal day-night routine because we're done pulling nights. Apparently, we hit a log last night coming up the Hudson. She's got a stalwart bow. She took it just fine. But then we were up on the foredeck watching, sitting up on that little seat there watching for logs and giving hand signals to Susan to steer to port or to starboard to avoid them. It was a long night last night. A little tired, a little sore. As I record this, we've got 344.5 nautical miles under the keel out of 760-ish, give or take. We're going to be slowing down a lot from this point forward, obviously, but as I record this, according to the original float plan, I was supposed to be pulling into here May 20th, and then I had another day booked to try to get the mast unstepped, which was probably optimistic in hindsight because with the Erie Canal just opening, there's a lineup of boats trying to get the mast unstepped to run the Erie Canal. We're 3 days ahead of the current float plan, so we're good. When the mast comes down, I'm going to play with the idea of putting her back up in Oswego to keep making some distance. I haven't decided yet whether we're going to try to take Lake Ontario after Oswego or whether we're going to leave the mast down and make the run all the way to Lake Erie. That's the primary plan right now. If this is a portent of what's to come on the Erie Canal, though, it's going to be hard not to stay on the Erie Canal. This is just... damn, this is pretty. I wanted to give you amazing, wonderful people. Oh, I'm really sorry. I was exhausted when I logged into Discord, but somebody had taken the tracking link and was looking for the public cameras, and they have a clip of us going up the Hudson River. I saw that before I fell asleep, and I was just like, oh, okay, that is so cool. I knew I was going to do this trip. I had no idea I was going to have so many flipping amazing people watching and cheering us along as we went. Seeing all of the Patreon, I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to respond to the Patreon posts. It's just been go, go, go. But seeing them come in, reading the words of encouragement, logging into Discord and seeing somebody found me on a public camera, that was just... I know I sound like I'm repeating myself. I've said this, I was going to say a few times, probably several times before, but I'm very lucky to have so many amazing people following along and cheering me along. I'm touched. Touched is just not even close to a strong enough word. I'm one lucky person, and thank you. So far, this old girl and crew is a bone to be chewed, as a very famous Canadian author who just recently left us said about another boat that had a hopefully less fortunate end than Mermaid's Rest will have. See you all soon. So today we got from Cape May up the Atlantic Ocean into Atlantic Heights, and then after having a visit with Matt at Sunlight Conversions, we continued north up to Kingston, New York. This was the last part of the trip where we were able to run overnight. See you next video!